Good evening, Fernwood. It is your llama in pajamas, and it's time for us to pick up on the traumas and dramas of this Friday's episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. This is episode 250 from March 18th, 1977. Why don't we take a look at the ups and downs of yesterday's episode? In the ruins of Section K, Mary and Tiny were playing a makeshift game of checkers, but it really seems like everyone is starting to lose it. Also losing it is Merle Jeter, who seems to be having a crisis of confidence. He feels like he has failed himself. But there's no time to wallow as Tom busts into their place, angry about all of the gifts that Merle had been giving Mary. Tom unleashes a torrent of abuse, though Wanda does try to talk him down, and Tom calls Merle completely useless. Back in Section K, Tiny and George are getting on each other's nerves, and Mary comes up with the idea of going back to work because that will keep their minds occupied, but that plan completely falls apart. Mary switches tactics to the idea of communicating and asks Tiny and George for their deepest secrets. Though Tiny and George really don't have to dig very deep for what's on their mind. Tiny wants a woman and George wants a burger. Mary, however, does dig deep and reveals, at least to herself, that she has feelings of hatred for Heather. And she wishes she could wake up in the morning and instead of hatred, feel something different for her, which she calls lovetred. However, neither of the men were listening to Mary, and George is obsessed with this burger idea, and Mary wonders if they will survive. Over at the Haggers, Loretta is hosting a party intended to bring Mac and Lila together. The Jeters arrive and are impressed, but Lila isn't with them, and Mac can't make it either. After the various phone calls to Mac and Lila, there's another phone call from someone much more high profile, and Merle has a conversation with President Jimmy Carter, who offers federal aid. Merle turns down the aid, saying that the people of Fernwood can do this for themselves. Everyone is excited that Merle talked to the president, and Merle seems to have gained his confidence back. And then finally, at the factory break room, Vernon manages the rescue attempt as Matt comes in to say that it has been too difficult to get past even the press to get to the dig. And when a frantic Tom shows up, they have to explain that there are also structural issues and that pulling the wrong piece could crush everyone involved. And this makes Tom even more frantic, but that is interrupted by the arrival of the SWAT team. And as I mentioned, today is a Friday episode, so I expect these ups and downs are going to go even more upper and more downer. Why don't we take a ride on this emotional roller coaster?
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
I don't know, Dash. I can't seem to really put my finger on it, but there's just something that's... It's not kosher about your team.
But I tell you, we can do it. Let me tell you how good we are. And you wish you were small, too.
Well, now, just wait a minute, though, Dash. See, there's something about the whole thing that makes me feel a little bizarre as the mayor sending midgets in there to do a job where grown men have failed. You understand what I mean?
Big guys aren't perfect. Sure, they can reach the top of a refrigerator without a ladder, but can they crawl through small holes the way we can?
No, they can't. But I'm telling you, it's a big job.
We're up to it. We can handle it. And more. We've saved lives all over the country. You remember that skyscraper that collapsed in Mansfield last week?
No, not really. Oh, you talking about the 3-story building?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure.
Well, who do you think engineered that rescue and that big train wreck up north? Hell, all those 9 passengers owe us their lives. Why, we never could have gotten through to them if we were your size with all that bulk.
I understand that, but you gotta... See, the thing is, this is probably the biggest crisis that I've faced as mayor of Fernwood so far. Now, I can't afford a mistake here. On top of that, I gotta consider my relationship with a lot of them victims in there. They're personal friends of mine. You understand that?
Send us in. You won't regret it. Small people should be America's first line of defense. And if they use 2 of us in every police force in this country, why, you overgrown Americans could rest at ease in case of tragedy.
No, that's very possible. I can appreciate that and everything, but it's not like this is one of them miniature golf course incidents.
Time is running out. You better send us in.
I'll tell you, Dash, I'm gonna take a chance here. All right, go to it. Dasher, listen, I want you to know that all the hopes of everybody here in Fernwood are riding on them little shoulders of yours.
Trust me, Merle. Trust me.
Gosh, I just wish I had more faith in short people.
Got no diamonds, got no pearls. Still, I think I'm a lucky girl. I've got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Sunshine gives me a lovely day. Moonshine gives
The only reason why you don't have any diamonds and pearls is because Mary doesn't have any yet. You have everything except the kitchen sink.
Kathy, I didn't realize you were here. Have you been here long?
Just long enough to qualify as an eyewitness. Now, look, Mother, look, I don't know what's going on or what's wrong with you.
What do you mean, sweetheart?
The jig is up. We know you've been stealing left and right.
Well, that just goes to show how very little you know. I have taken the appliances to have them rewired, and the lamp to have a new shade, and the pictures to be reframed, and the couch to be cleaned.
The couch? How did you get the couch out of here?
Well, Tom conveniently left his little dolly in the garage.
Mother,
and I used it.
where is it?
Kathy, you are not grilling your own mother, are you? Well, if you must know, it is in our garage.
Look, Mother, sit down here, please, and just listen to me, okay? Now, I'm only trying to help you. I'm not a cop. I'm not trying to cause any trouble. God knows this family has enough trouble as it is. I just want to help you. You see, I'm really worried about you.
My only problem is that my house does not have enough closet or shelf space.
Look, Mother, we have tried to look the other way. We have even tried to cover up for you. But now it's time to face facts. You are a kleptomaniac.
Kathy! Oh, Kathy! Don't say that. Right now, you are the only family that I have. At least above ground. And now you are attacking me. Of course, the buried members of the family attack me sometimes, too. Oh, I cannot bear this constant, petty criticizing.
Mother, where are you going with that chair?
What chair?
The chair you're stealing from Mary's house.
Oh, stealing? Kathy? Oh, I think you are the crazy one around here.
You're saying you're not stealing this chair.
Well, if you must know, Smarty Pants, I am borrowing this chair from Mary to wax it. And with one daughter buried under tons of rubble, and another daughter calling me a thief, it is a wonder I have the strength or the energy to do any housework at all. The moon belongs to everyone. The best in life are free.
George. Let me have your belt. Yeah.
Here it is.
These plants are so wonderful. You know, they live on oxygen, too. So at least you know if it goes, we go.
Please, Mary, don't mention plants. It reminds me of Martha, the idiot. Honey, what the hell are you doing?
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, Tiny. Tiny? Tiny, does this have anything to do with me at all?
I can't go on.
Tiny, Daddy, please.
Let him hang, Mary.
Look, Tiny, look, Tiny, think of it this way. What if we get rescued and you've killed yourself? Then won't you feel silly? All right, Tiny, all right. If you're that depressed, believe me, I can understand a man's needs. I will let you touch my leg. Daddy, I'm gonna let him touch my leg, okay? I mean, I just feel if it means a man's life, it's worth the sacrifice, okay? You don't think he's faking his depression, do you? Daddy, please.
Oh, all right, honey. You've had your fun now. Give me back my belt.
Tiny! Oh, Tiny! Please! Now, Tiny! Look, Daddy, we have got to get out of here. I mean, you've got to get us out of here.
I'm sorry, sweet Tangerine. I told you before, I've covered every inch of this place. There's no way out. Oh, for God's sakes, Tiny!
Oh, Tiny! These suicide attempts, that's so boring! That's boring! Don't do that! What, do we have to watch you every minute? I mean, can't anyone ever take their eyes off of you? Now sit. Sit. Now sit down here. Now I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, okay? You sit there, okay? Now everybody, this is what we're going to do. We're going to wait a half hour. Make that 45 minutes, okay? We're going to wait 45 minutes. And if nobody comes in to rescue us, in 45 minutes, we'll all kill ourselves. How's that? Happy?
Oh, Mary!
No, Mom, don't you understand? I'm just saying that so he'll go to sleep. He needs some sleep. He's overtired. I know getting a full 8 hours is going to be tough because he's so overexcited, but he could try for 7.5.
It's a good idea.
Jeez. For some reason, I'm the only one with a real grip on this moment.
What is it, honey?
It's just that my whole life is going up in smoke, that's all.
Oh, that. Oh, I thought it might be something specific.
Well, I guess I better just try to forget the whole thing, get some sleep.
Yeah.
You know, there is a touch of irony here, though. I'm lying here, a man that just got through talking to Jimmy Carter.
Yeah. You know, I guess it all began when I made the mistake of getting emotionally involved with the maid.
Oh, Wanda, come on. Don't do that to yourself, really. No, I'm serious. Just because you write down every sordid incident of your lesbian affair with our maid in your damn diary, that ain't no reason to blame yourself like that.
Well, thanks, honey. It's very generous. And, you know, I don't blame you for any of your mistakes either.
My mistake? What mistakes would you be blaming me for?
Well, you know, for not firing Lila in the first place.
Well, no, I think it's a little bit difficult to fire a woman that's having an affair with your wife, you know?
Yeah, but if you really loved me, you would have fired her.
No, See, if I'd really loved you, we wouldn't have hired her in the first place.
True. Well, what's the difference? It's a fait accompli.
What?
It's a French phrase, honey. The fact of the matter remains that our maid and an ex-convict are running Fernwood.
Jimmy Joe? Son, I hope you can't see the depths to which your old man has sunk to here. Honey, I ain't doing much sleeping here. I think I'm gonna go down there and get one of them pizzas, pepperoni pizzas.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. Merle. Yeah. Don't bring me back any.
You got it.
Wanda? You still awake?
Yeah.
What's the matter? Isn't the sofa comfy?
Oh, well, actually, the cushions are a little soft, is all.
Well, why didn't you lie on the floor? It's the best thing for a sore back.
Oh, no, that's all right, really.
Now, don't you argue with me, Missy. Onto the floor with you. Come on. You're gonna feel better and sleepy in just a minute.
Good.
As soon as the back. That's it. Fine.
Lila, remember how wonderful it used to be between us? You know, I just know that it could be that way again. You know, it could even be better. I know it if we just tried, you know? You know, we really could run away, just like we always said we were going to, remember? We could just leave Fernwood behind us and go anywhere. I have plenty of money. But we could forget about everything but just us. You know, stick Merle with all that nasty mayor-type business. And, well, I think that sounds like a wonderful idea, don't you?
No. I don't think so.
Well, why not? It'd be fun, sun, and lots of loving. Ooh.
Does sound neat, huh? Leave Fernwood forever.
Oh, that's right, dear. Why, see, you could go first to Miami, and then, I'd join you after, you know, a short time, but we could have a wonderful time.
Wow. Miami.
Yeah.
With all those movie stars. Only, Wanda, you have totally broken my heart. And I guess the sad truth of it is that we can never have anything again. So, I guess I'll just have to settle for what I've got, which is considerable. I mean, all this luxury and power and importance. I mean, a girl would be crazy to give this up. Just crazy. And you know, I'm not crazy.
Oh.
Those midgets are nuts. There are no survivors down there.
No, I'm afraid if we could have got them folks out, we'd have done it days ago.
Oh, they're just arrogant.
Oh, we're ready to go down.
And how do you expect to get past the cave-in? By whistling while you work?
He's right, little fella. Them collapsed girders down there, they're awful tricky.
And besides, there's spilled solvent all over the exploded area.
But aren't they in leak-proof vats?
Yes. Actually, I was going to look into that. See, it's on my list of things to do. Check safety of workers.
No matter, Palsy. We eat up problems like that and spit them out.
Boy, you folks are something else. I mean, really. I mean, especially, considering your liability and all.
What liability?
Well, y'all are...
Well, the way I see it, you're a bit on the very tall side.
Never looked at that.
And our only abnormalities are our incredible qualification. Chuck here is leading electronics consultant for the United States government and Sony, as well as being an accredited neurosurgeon, which may come in handy in the event one of the stranded has sustained a head injury.
Well, Skipper has been our Christmas centerfold for Little People magazine 3 years running.
Not only is she an excellent acrobat, but she's a qualified wild animal trainer and speaks 6 languages fluently.
That should come in really handy if she runs into any multilingual tigers or wild elephants down there.
And Dash, our commander, has with great success organized highly sensitive espionage and commando raids for many governments.
Yep. If they used me at Watergate, things would be different today.
And if necessary, Dash here is a great master of disguise.
I can successfully masquerade as virtually anyone.
Not Will Chamberlain, you can't.
Jokes on us are not funny, big boy.
I'm sorry.
Oh, thank heaven you are here. Oh, welcome, SWAT team. Such as you are, you darling little things. Do you think you'll be able to save my family?
Martha. Martha, don't get too friendly with them. They're just here to do a service job. Too much encouragement, and the next thing you know, they'll be moving into the neighborhood.
Oh, that's silly, Mr. Biggles. We don't have any houses for sale in our neighborhood.
Not even tiny ones.
Well, it's time to go, team. You're first, Chuck.
Transistorite solvent deactivator, subcompact laser guns, emergency surgery pack, including EEG and X-ray kits.
Check. Skipper?
Magnetized scaling boots, demagnetized sliding ring, breathing device, and high-intensity lighting system.
Check. I have the food, I have the water, the power source, also our passports. Now we'll check the time. 23, 52, 26. Well, it's time to go down the air shaft.
That's impossible.
That's right. That's exactly why we're here. We do the impossible.
But it really is impossible. There are too many obstructions down that shaft.
No problem. We're equipped with exactly what's needed to do the job. Very efficient, very small tool.
We'll have them out in no time.
Yeah, when the news media hears about this, we'll be off the pages of the National Enquirer and into People magazine.
All right, here's hoping, Dash.
Good luck. Oh.
Here, let me give you a boost up there, partner.
I'd rather do it myself.
Sorry.
Big boy.
Here, Big Mac. Oh, there they go. Mr. Bales, do you think they'll be able to save them?
Oh, shut up, Martha. I'm praying.
There goes number 2.
Go get him, Dash. All right.
Oh, wow. What a week. So this is going to go on a little bit longer. Today we started with Merle at his desk in the break room, really doubtful of Dash and his team. And Dash makes a case, and it's the same case I made yesterday, that having someone who could get past obstructions may be helpful. This doesn't really look like a SWAT team to me, but they're the SWAT team, so I'll just accept that. And then we cut over to the Hartman residence, where Kathy finds all of the cupboards are bare. And at first I thought it was because Loretta had cleaned really intensely, but it turns out that Martha has been cleaning them out. And this is the confrontation between Martha and Kathy that, of course, Martha denies everything and takes Kathy's suggestion that she's a kleptomaniac as an attack. So it really seems like Martha just is going to keep going. Mind you, she also has the diary that Lila uses to keep the Jeters in check, and maybe that will come into play at some point. And then we are in Section K again, and Tiny is on a suicidal mission. He will find anything and everything he can to take his own life. Of course, this is stopped again and again and again. Mary says that killing yourself is boring, tries to trick him out of this mission in the hopes that he will get some sleep. And from their end, it really might seem quite hopeless. They don't know about rescues. They haven't heard any sign of digging, even though there have been dig attempts and there is the SWAT team that may discover them sooner or later. And then there is even more desolation in Merle Jeter's heart, and he feels he had that moment of hope, but he still feels that hopelessness, that he has failed. And at this point, it really seems a question whether Merle and Wanda actually love each other. I think that they've felt affection for each other, but even when they were getting married, love didn't really seem to be part of the question. However, to deal with his depression and the darkness in his soul, he goes to get a pizza, and that gives Lila the opportunity to come out and move in on Wanda's space. And Wanda just rolls over and takes it. Then Wanda suggests they could run away because she remembers how things were nice at one point. And that actually seems like a ruse because she suggests that Lila could go on her own and Wanda could meet her later. But even if it is a ruse, the bubble is burst because Lila tells Wanda that she broke her heart, and Lila is really enjoying the luxury that she's living in. And then we're back at the break room where Tex and Vernon question the ability of the SWAT team that are there. And it turns out that Vernon shows us he's not only a racial bigot. However, it really does seem, at least from the description, that this team is overqualified for the job. I mean, it is still risky. I mean, I would consider it risky even with a small team of very skilled people. It's risky. However, Vernon and Mac, well, they're just going to dismiss it. The team, though, they seem very confident, and they go straight down that chute as Mary stands there with her iconic cleaning solution, and we will have to wait until next week to find out what happens. Wow, this week has been over the top silly, but some big ups and downs. I can't wait to see how this resolves and what that leads to. Like I said, you're going to have to wait till next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts, feelings, and impressions down in the comments. Thank you so much for enjoying these traumas and dramas, and we will see you next Monday in Fernwood.